Let me tell you about the first time I was placed on suicide watch. I used to never throw anything away. I figured I could always sell a shirt or play with my Skylanders again someday. My closet became cluttered even though I only used like the same 7 t-shirts, and I'd have to pay for extra suitcases when I flew to carry all my stuff. Then one day, I sat alone in my room like Buddha under the Bodhi tree, and I realized that by the end of my life, I'll have probably spent a whole year cleaning my stuff, going through my stuff, thinking about how I need to go through my stuff, packing all my extra stuff, taking extra long to find something or go somewhere because I have to find some of my stuff. And so I decided on March 7th, 2023, that I was done. I had achieved enlightenment, and I, that day, got rid of maybe 80% of the clothes I owned. And I thought that was a good thing until I got a knock on my door. It was from my RA. She said, "Casey, oh my God, I've been so worried about you." And I was like, "What? I'm fine." She said the girls across the hall saw how many clothes you were getting rid of and identified it as the first sign of suicide. What? I got rid of so many things? They thought I was gonna get rid of my life too? So despite getting a warning from the Duke administration, my life has never been easier since that day. I would literally fly to college with nothing but a backpack and a bag. Whenever I go to a new place, I don't have to pack anything. It saved me so much time, so much money, and I really don't lose out on that much because studies demonstrate that 20% of your clothes are what you wear 80% of the time. So if I just keep the 20%, I'm golden. I think a secret reason so many people hoard is because organizing or getting rid of 10% of your clothes every year is an easy way to feel productive. It's an easy way to feel in control of your life. When really, we usually organize our clothes avoiding the things that we really need to do, like starting our business, or switching jobs, or changing majors. It's so much easier to procrastinate with things that are at least nominally productive, because then we can tell ourselves we're not procrastinating. And hyper-consumerism also gives you a sense of safety. Look at all the stuff that's fully yours that you can depend on. If you get rid of all your stuff and it's just you, suddenly there's no barrier between just you and the entire outside world. You have to face it unprotected. But that's also what makes you free. As Tyler Durden said, the stuff you own ends up owning you. In one of my favorite songs, Amarillo by Morning, George Strait sings, "I ain't got a dime, but what I got is mine." I ain't rich, but Lord, I'm free. A 1961 cartoon that illustrates that is called Gardening on Sunday. On the left, you can see one neighbor has a perfectly tended garden, but at the cost of his mental peace. He's stressed, fretting over every branch on his hedge. The neighbor on the right has a much more slovenly yard, but he's able to just fall asleep in the middle of the day. Even his dog is resting. So who's the guy on the left even tending his garden for? He's not doing it for his neighbor's asleep. And if he's doing it for himself, well, he's got a terrible ROI. It takes up hours of his day, he's agitated. The neighbor on the right is really winning in life. And that's exactly what I think is going on in the TikTok overconsumption epidemic. I have thought long and hard for any justifiable reason to overconsume, and I've yet to find one. Obviously, buying a million shoes doesn't make you happier, but like, it doesn't do anything good for you. It doesn't make you a more attractive girlfriend or a better friend. That's what's so confusing about it. It literally just makes you poorer and takes away your time from your job or your family. It's just such a bad idea on every single level. The only reason anyone does it is because when we were young, we learned that spending a lot of money means you're a success. You're powerful and independent. My friend's mom is a Korean immigrant who grew up really poor. So today, she spends so much of her money on the worst modern art paintings, the most bizarre techno-future furniture. Not because she likes any of it, because it's a status symbol. She wants to show that she's part of the 1%, because that makes her feel important, because she didn't feel important as the only immigrant kid growing up in the South. And unfortunately, a lot of TikTokers are trying to fill the hole in their soul in the same way.
I want to buy everything. I don't think there's a piece of clothing in this world that I do not want in my closet. I don't think I'm ever going to be satisfied. I don't think my closet's ever going to be big enough. Every time I open my phone, I see something new that I need. I want it. I need it. I just want all of it.
Someone said my own greed astounds me. My hate for capitalism and yet need for buying needs to be studied. Yeah, how's that for irony? When the First Lady of the Philippines, Imelda Marcos, bought 2,000 pairs of Gucci shoes while her entire population starved to death, at least she identified as a capitalist. I mean, come on.
The reason you're unhappy is you haven't found the right thing to buy yet. There is something out there that you can purchase that's gonna make all your problems go away. You're so close to finding it, just keep buying stuff. I promise it'll work.
Someone said I bought 3 packages today and the happiness wasn't in there, so I ordered 5 more. And people are spending so much without even realizing it.
How much do you think you spent at Plato's Closet?
1,300.
Turn.
I'm gonna say 27.
Holy cow!
30,000.
Okay, turn it.
Oh my god, okay. Oh my god. That's not bad.
$13,000? Girl, you probably have more shoes than Imelda Marcos at this point.
How much money do you spend per month on your lifestyle, including everything?
30 to 50K.
And how do you spend it?
Shopping and rent and bills.
What's your occupation? What do you do?
I am a princess.
And what does that mean?
That means I'm a princess.
So who pays your bills?
My parents.
And what's your parents' occupation?
My dad is a business owner and my mom is a dentist.
And what do they think about your lifestyle?
They love it.
They love it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, really. They love anything I do.
Would you date a guy that earns $50,000 per year?
Sorry, no.
Okay, and why wouldn't you?
'Cause he's depressed.
Okay, how about if he earns $1 million per year?
Not enough
Not
for
enough.
anything.
How about $5 million?
No.
$10 million?
No. Not comfortable.
How many millions per year?
100 million.
$100 million a year minimum. Good luck living like that when your parents' bankroll finally dries up. This is how my 2-year-old niece talks, by the way. I'm a princess equals I'm unemployed.
Do you think you can find that guy in life?
Yes.
Available?
Yes,
Is that
very
available?
much, yes. Believe in yourself no matter what.
No. I think you believe in yourself a little too much. That's the problem. You believe in yourself the way Ted Bundy believed in himself. But this is the most telling comment. Everyone's hating on her, but I wish I was her. Really? Being her would be my worst nightmare. Worse than like the actual nightmares I got from watching that spooky ass movie, Zathura. Who saw that movie? That movie was scary as hell. Feeling the need to spend $50,000 a month on new bags that adds no value to your life? I would hate that. I don't know who I would be at that point. And I think her accusation of calling somebody who makes $50,000 a year depressed is a confession, because it indicates she thinks the wealthier you are, the happier you are. If you make $50,000, you must be depressed. And by her own admission, she's spending about $1 million a year. So if she needs a guy to be making $100 million a year, she's indicating she's not as happy as she wants to be. She wants to be 100 times happier. This is what you'd look like if everyone could see your overconsumption. Someone said I went a full year without buying clothing and it changed my life and taught me how to get creative using the clothes I do have. And I totally second that, except maybe I go too far. I literally have 1 pair of shoes. A few days ago, I couldn't find my left shoe and I had to eat, so I left the house without shoes. And when I tried to go into a restaurant, they declined me and I had to walk back to my apartment, Joe Jackson style. Lesson of the day, it's not overconsumption to have 2 pairs of shoes, okay? 3 pairs is pushing it. But 2 is okay. Let me illustrate further. Here's what's not overconsumption. And of course you had a comment that says, normal to whom? And the creator responded, normal to many people who can't afford groceries, babe. And maybe this is a controversial opinion, not like I have many of those, but I think you can also overconsume morning routines. Does that make sense?
Overconsumption core, get rid of me for another day in the life, starting with my morning shed. Step 1, remove my mouth tape, my silk eye mask, my clear wrapping mask to stimulate collagen, my face lifting strap to reduce double chin, my silk hair bonnet to stop breakage and split ends. Get dressed with me, starting with my perfectly matched PJs, run to walk. They're available on TikTok Shop. Try on 3 different outfits, and they're all linked to my Amazon storefront. I actually just redid my closet because I got my colors analyzed.
Yeah, Like that. Thankfully, I didn't use as many products, but I was once like this. I thought I had to wake up at 5 a.m. and do a cold shower, and then go on a run, and then meditate and stretch and play Just Dance Dance Revolution before I even, did my first crime of the day, which would be jaywalking to the state of L! And any kind of, self-indulgent morning routine like that goes on for hours that actually isn't effective is just masturbating at a certain point. And can we just say it? It's usually the influencers who are over-consuming the most. Because who's an influencer? An influencer is like some kid who got a bunch of money when they were 20 from posting their lives. So they think, wow, I must be amazing. I must be so amazing because everybody wants to give me money. So they're gonna keep giving me money, so I might as well spend like I'm Imelda Marcos. And when someone actually says, hey, influencer, you might not be as amazing as you think you are, they get upset.
We are not in LA anymore, people. I met these guys at my hostel. They were like, oh, I've never met an influencer before. I mentioned that I wanted to stop by a store quickly to get a pack of Pokemon cards to hand out to kids. And they were like, oh, so you're gonna exploit them, right? You're gonna do it for views? You don't respect what I do. And they were like, no, not at all. This really exposed the darker side of traveling to new places. And
oh my god, you guys. The people in a communist country didn't respect my late-stage capitalistic job, and I'm literally shaking. Oh, but the icing on the cake is that she doesn't buy the cards for the poor kids because these guys rightfully questioned her motivations.
And I internalized a piece of that stigma. I didn't get the Pokemon cards because I felt self-conscious, honestly.
But hey, apparently the mildest form of criticism over consuming for a living is the dark side of solo travel.
Someone said she's upset because they identified her true intentions with buying the Pokemon cards. She really went, we're not in LA anymore. If they made The Wizard of Oz in 2026, Dorothy would be like, Toto, I don't think we're in Erewhon anymore. I know it's hard to believe, but there are real people out there who aren't influencers who struggle to buy food. But really added a fun fact at the end there.
I felt worthless. I felt ugly. I felt gay. I felt that like that.
And I think when you make so much money so quickly when you're young, you don't appreciate it because it doesn't mean that much to you. That's why so many influencers spend like they're the prodigal son. Compare that to this girl.
I missed 2 checks. Oh god.
Someone said, I miss being 16 and having that be life-changing money. $238 when you don't have any money is a lot of money. When I was a kid, I would save up all my money until I hit $100, and then I would buy as many like Wii U games as I could. Granted, this was in like 2011, so $100 in 2011 money is like, I don't know, $2 million today. Unlike me, this kid is much more into saving his money.
I asked Mom how much money she spends on my presents for my birthday. She said $100. So, when I'm 19, I'll be moving out. So, if I put all that money, $900. Then I asked the same thing about Christmas. It's also $100, so $900. $900 plus $900 is $1,800. The price of Morris for 2 years is $24,000. Instead of getting presents from you, if I just get the money for college, then I'd be 9% of the way there.
So you would like money for college instead of presents?
Yeah.
I know a lot of influencers who could learn from this kid, but guys, modern TikTok influencers are not as bright as they seem, and I don't know how bright they seem. Like, a lot of them don't even know how to spend money at Disneyland.
How much are you gonna spend at Disneyland today?
$5.
How much are you gonna spend today?
$0.
How much are you gonna spend today?
$20.
How much money are you gonna spend at Disney? I have kids, only $50.
First lady who said $5. What can you buy at Disneyland for $5? Another $5? You just go up and say, I'll take $5, please. Okay, that'll be $5. Okay, you spent your $5 for the day. That's like the only thing I can think of. Maybe if you have a discount on like $6, you could buy that for $5. Like, what are you buying at Disneyland for $5? Okay, I'm done. Because it's so easy to spend money. Do not trust TikTokers who say they'll spend $0 on anything.
Mima, how much money are you spending today? $0, I'm on a budget. Shozo, how much are you spending today? $50 only.
Gojo, how much money are you spending at the dealer's hall today?
$20.
And then we've got some girl math in the comments saying since $100 isn't that much money, you basically saved money. Oh, we're doomed.
How much do you think you're gonna spend today?
60, hopefully.
How much did you end up spending?
$1,700.
Wow.
$1,700! I swear, some of these TikTokers have gotten so far out of touch, they're like no longer in... Where does this metaphor go?
How much do you think you have to make a year to live comfortably in LA?
About 800K, I would say.
What about you?
I want to say maybe like $1 million.
I understand LA's expensive, but $1 million a year to live comfortably? What is comfortably to you guys? A fucking supercar in a 10-bedroom house? $1 million a year. The average American makes $1.9 million in their entire lifetime. The household income in LA is $65K, average income $30K. That's obviously not comfortable living, but like $1 million a year? Then this guy said $2 million. What the fuck?
Thank you, Joe. That's right. And something I haven't even talked about is a lot of the overconsumers who become hoarders at some level of their being think they're doing something good. They really think they're gonna like pass on their collection of pet rocks or pillow pets to their kids.
And here we go. I hope you're hungry for nothing.
Thank you, Mom, for the Beanie Babies. That's generational wealth. Because for a lot of people, consumerism is their idea of fun.
Does anyone else like low-key stop themselves when their idea of fun gets like too consumerist? I literally got off work early and I was like, oh my god, like I'm gonna put on a cute little fit and like go to Starbucks and get like, you know, a pumpkin cold brew or whatever, and then I'm gonna go to Marshall's and look for like fall stuff. And I was like, let me shut the fuck up.
Someone said, for real, every time I have a day off, I just think to myself, what can I buy today? Someone else made the point I was making earlier, that buying things feels productive. It's an easy way to feel productive, instead of doing the hard things that actually are productive. And I swear, some of these influencers are just beyond saving.
So this is my body care closet. Rolly cart that has a bunch of body washes.
That thing can barely move. Oh my goodness. Are those all body sprays?
6 body sprays right here. I put out all the Doves. We have all of these natives. We have hand soaps in here too. We got all of the Dove bar soaps. We have all of these perfumes right here. These are kind of just randomized.
I often talk about the differences between over-consuming and collecting. I feel like this might be going even further into kind of like the hoarding territory. Whatever it is, it's not normal.
Because the truth is, everything you've ever bought still exists somewhere on Earth. I love love this girl. She said my coworkers laughed at me for using a jam jar as a water bottle. So I sent this to prove overconsumption has them in a chokehold. And she shows her jam jar perfectly keeping her water sealed. I cannot relate to the mindset of someone who wants a water bottle for reasons other than a bottle for holding water. Like, the jam jar clearly works, so her coworkers can only be making fun of her for not having like an on-brand water bottle. And if that's you, what is your life? The top comment said, oh god, the moment you realize you can use objects for their intended use and not for marketing feels like exiting the Matrix. This should be common sense, I fear, but this TikToker is on a mission to de-influence her audience.
You don't need to DoorDash. You don't need to go out and get your nails done or your eyelashes done. That's not the way people started to live until like 10 years ago. You don't need that TikTok shop one charger with 7 different charger cords to make your life more convenient. It's making your life less convenient when you just keep accumulating so much tech that you can't even throw away. Your kids don't need more junk every time you go to the store with them and they just pick one under $5 item. You need to read them a book and have quality time with them. Oh, but people saw me wear this before. Who cares? Who cares?
Someone said, my bank account has already de-influenced me enough, thanks. But it's not just TikTokers. It's a lot of boomers, too. Someone said, your mom is not gonna be happy. Because are things far too expensive now? Yes. However, I will acknowledge that my generation also overestimates the material things we sometimes need. Like 4 different Stanley Cups.
All hail Plankton!
What's going on here?
I know this couple who retired early at 45 and they spend $80,000 a year. And I know a family member who said, wow, how can they live like that? I spend $100K a year and I don't even have kids. Okay, well then that's on you.
What are the cool girls wearing this fall? What are the hot girls wearing this fall? What are the it girls wearing this fall? What are we wearing this fall? What color is in this fall? Is Pop Over Theory still in this fall? Are ballet flats still in this fall? Are samba still in this fall?
Someone commented, the whole idea of asking what are we wearing, like, oh, are we doing hot girl summer? Are we doing fat girl summer? I don't know. Shows you have no identity. None.
'Tis the season for overconsumption core. If you've been doing beige Christmas or silver Christmas or gray Christmas or gold Christmas or pink Christmas, now it's time to throw all of those decorations away and replace them with all new decorations from Amazon in the new trending aesthetic of the year, Ralph Lauren Christmas. Ralph Lauren Christmas, red and green, traditional everything. Yep, that's right. It's basically just traditional Christmas repackaged with a new aesthetic label that will keep you spending.
This is not even satire at this point. Because, like, the truth is that all the products you accumulate were once money, and they could still be money if you didn't buy them. And of course, none of this means you should live like this guy.
These are some ways I avoid overconsumption as someone who loves the environment and thinks wasting your money is stupid. First one might be controversial, but I just don't like to throw out things. Even if things are imperfect or not in the best condition, they still serve their purpose, and that's what matters most to me. One of the easiest ways to save money is to not constantly be replacing things. I've had this backpack since high school, and even though it's in bad condition, it still is very helpful when I travel. Instead of buying things, I try to use things I already have, so my curtains are actually bed sheets that I tied together. One time when I cracked my phone screen, instead of replacing the phone screen, I just used tape and it actually held together very well. Don't buy trash bags. I use paper bags that friends and family hold on for me, because why throw them out when you have them and you could find use for them? I've never had to buy a notebook because I use the envelopes from junk mail. Another way I underconsume is I don't use the full product. So like sponges, I'll cut in half so you get more life out of them. Paper towels, I'll just use a small bit when I'm cleaning. Even tissues, I feel like tissues are too big, so I just use a small portion. I was able to furnish most of my apartment for free. I was able to get this college dorm mattress and the bed frame for free. Someone I dog sit for was going to throw out this beautiful old KitchenAid, and I said, no, don't worry, I will take that off your hands, and it's been very helpful. Didn't have a chair until my workplace was giving these away. Instead of them throwing it away, I gladly took it. I also only like to have one of most things. One spatula, one cutting board, one cup. I only have one water bottle. I don't understand how people have like 20. I've had this one plate since I was in college because it's still in good condition and it gets the job done.
Someone said, my grandparents lived like this in the Great Depression. Yeah, this guy's too much, even for me, the one pair of shoe guy. Because, you know, Americans didn't always overconsume.
Did you know that the average woman in the 1950s only bought 10 new pieces of clothes per year, and each piece she kept for over 10 years? Did you know that today the average woman buys 68 new pieces of clothing per year, and on average only keeps each piece for 2 years, wearing each piece only an average of 7 times before getting rid of it? This is your friendly reminder that having more clothes, more shoes, more makeup, more trendy bullshit products will never make you more attractive or more happy. It just makes you easy to sell to. Overconsumption is extremely normalized today, especially on social media. We're told by influencers and celebrities that it's normal to want and have hundreds of clothes in your closet. Anything I've ever gotten or achieved, I've still always felt the same. There is no bag, shoes, shirt in the world that would make me happier than I am today. Becoming a minimalist was one of the best things that I ever did. If you can embrace and be grateful for everything that you have, you are winning at life.
Someone said, I buy less than 10 pieces of clothing every year, and we should all be more like you, Kira. I take it too far. I acknowledge that. I didn't even buy this shirt. I won it at my local Jeopardy night. What is reusable? Look how much stuff this girl still has left over after she packed up everything to go to college. Someone said that's gotta be at least $20,000. $20,000 could feed like a family of hippos for like a year, I think. I don't know. I totally made that up. But here's all that visual. Stupid Instagram graphics that girl you went to high school with always reposts are part of the problem. Like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. And I've seen someone use AI to make me black and Asian and a son, apparently. Someone keeps claiming they're my son.
I'm about to lose my mind. Who is replacing throw pillows every 5 to 10 years? What's wrong with them? I can use my sponge till it's stinky, but I have to buy pans every 5 years? I don't know that my microwave has a filter. Does it? Maybe? I'm supposed to get a new couch every 7 to 15 years. I'm gonna get a new couch when it disintegrates into ash. Mattress every 6 to 8 years? How about bury me with it? Bath mat every year and a half-ish, 2 years? I like my bath mat, thank you. Also, some of this stuff, I don't know, clean it, wash it. I've had the same bed pillow for a certain amount of time that I won't tell TikTok. Small kitchen appliances, 10 to 12 years, unless they're broken, they be getting used.
Someone said, I've had a microwave for 10 years and had no idea it has a filter. You know what? I'm calling it right now. Microwave filters is a conspiracy I don't believe in. The deep state wants you to think they're real. But maybe the wildest late-stage capitalism video of all is this mom who made her son bathe in milk. Oh, delicious. They're magically delicious. Someone said when you grow up with nothing, you'll overconsume because you grew up in a childhood of fear.
15 men on the Cape Town track, doo-dah, doo-dah, trying to hold that bay horse back, oh, doo-dah.
Someone asked, can companies just stop making new things besides food for a couple decades? But hey, I haven't seen anybody overconsume like this family.
Bound to run all night, bound to run all day. I bet my money on a bobtail nag, somebody bet on the bay.
Imagine being late to work and you have to move 7 cars.
This is a rubber band for my asparagus.
It is so crazy to me just how many people really do not understand the concept of resisting overconsumption. So in this video, she basically shows that she put a rubber band from her asparagus around her yoga mat to keep it closed. There are a number of people suggesting things for her to buy to use instead of this rubber band. And literally in the first 3 seconds of the video, she says, this is your sign that you don't need to buy everything just because it's cute.
Someone said people never learn to reduce, reuse, and recycle because overconsumption is everywhere. Being broke for the first time made me realize how much of my money I threw away and what's really important. You'll save a lot of money if you don't run to buy the next, trendy fork.
Instead of buying this to-go utensil kit, just wrap up the ones you already have. Before you go out running to buy a Stanley Cup, be so sure you don't have a water bottle already at home that can serve the same purpose. Instead of investing in these cheaply made plastic plates, thrift ones that will last longer and cost the same. Before buying one of these gimmicky products with 1 to 2 uses, ask yourself if this standard version of the product was really that inconvenient before seeing it.
Yeah, and the environment's important, but it's not the immediate concern your soul. Like, what drives a person to do this?
If you click on this sound, it's literally just, I'm an overconsumer. Isn't it cute how much I've consumed of the same item? Yep, you've certainly got all the colors. Okay, back at it again, but this time with swimsuits. Yeah, why do we need this many colors of swimsuits? Even if I lived in, like, Hawaii. Alright, overconsumption of garbage for making candles. I don't think you could even use all of those in a lifetime. Yeah, it's super cute. Love it. Great.
And someone said buying a dozen of the same cup is such a boring way to spend any money.
Whoever used fake rose petals in this gorgeous spot for an engagement, you're horrible. There's like hundreds of these all over this place. And you could have just used real flowers. But instead you're just littering all over the ground and leaving it there. Like I have handfuls of them. Me and my sister are picking them up. My whole pocket is full, like at least like 500. We're still picking them up.
Look at my bag.
Look at my sister's bag. Look at this.
It's full.
And then we wonder why there's plastic everywhere. It's because people are just sprinkling plastic on the earth. Just for fun.
Someone asked, why didn't they just buy real rose petals? Because they're influencers, okay? How dare you insult them by thinking they should touch roses that grew from the ground? That's gross. But hey, those rose peddlers are far from the worst overconsumers at the beach.
At this point, it's like, why are you even going to the beach? Like, I could maybe understand a wagon if you got little kids, sure. But all that shit, too? Okay, what's this? Oh gosh, I'm in the way. Oh no. Yeah, you don't need this. Just put your snacks in your mouth. Okay, this is going so fast. At least that's small. Collapsible. You're at the beach. Sand is inevitable. Come on. You're just gonna walk back to your car and get sandy again. Collapsible fan for the beach. It's usually pretty breezy. Silicone caddy. Nano speaker. Speaker, sure. Summer mom era. Does the baby go in the basket? Where does the baby go? Baby doesn't go in the basket. Oh, the baby is a Stanley Cup with bloom.
That does not look relaxing, I agree. And now that back to school is starting, overconsumption is getting a whole new lease on TikTok.
This might be controversial, but I think we need to talk about the overconsumption happening in back to school content. This is a perfect example of how aesthetic organization can be disguised as overconsumption. And I get why this video went viral. It scratches a part of my brain too. It's very satisfying to watch. The colors are cute. Everything has a place. That's satisfying. I get it. I wanted to know what we were looking at dollar-wise. So let's go through this. Those Bentgo boxes are about $30 a piece, and she has 6 of them. So that's about $174 of the same lunchbox, just different colors. And then these mini stainless steel ones are even more expensive, maybe because they're stainless steel, I don't know. But they are $35 a piece, so that comes to about $140. The 2 stainless steel food jars are about $46 for a pack of 2. The water bottles, which I am shocked and proud of her for not having more, but they come in a pack of 2 for $27. And then These little picks are $6, which brings our grand total to $523 for this lunchbox organization drawer. When I was in school, you got one lunchbox a year, and I even reused lunchboxes for several years if I didn't lose it or ruin it. Now we're kind of treating them like Stanley cups, decorating them, accessorizing them. Obviously, spend your money however you want, but I'm curious, at what point does having options turn into collecting things that we just don't need?
This comment nailed it when they said back to school overconsumption is being disguised as organization. Even donated clothes will end up like this. We all have a bunch of vices and things we do wrong. Me, absolutely, all the time. So if you feel like I'm like calling you out in this video, all I want is maybe for you to ask why you feel the need to spend money on 20 different water bottles. That's all. I do stupid things all the time. But when I finally stopped overconsuming, my life has become so much better and so much easier. Even if my school thought it meant I was going to kill myself. So please let me know if you think influencers have become overconsumptive, and I'll respond to as many comments as I can. And thank you to our amazing patrons: Bubber Guy, Matt Ross, Ameleconomics, Keaton, Magnus, Jae, Aaliyah, Sylvie Laflamme, Avery, Gerard, Pineatoo, Wendy, Aaliyah, Sylvie, Caroline, Alex, Planet, Zak, Oz, Neptune, Coco, Drake, C, Jenny, Bess, Michael, Jase, Sal, Sonder, Kelly, Dylan, Brett, Ari, V, Guy, Bond, Doge, Lan, Edeng, Jobe, Angel, Rachel, Ariel, Viper, Ava, Alex, Comfort, Buffy, Marshall, Christina, Brandy, Odell, Jackson, Ellen, Caroline, Woody, Kelp, Deanna, Ree, Aaron, Addie, So Good Night, Sears, Ellen, Random, Ms. Lemon, Rebecca, Slimachill, Aaron, and welcome to Connor Tate and Chasm, our newest patrons. I'll head over to Patreon to talk to you guys and make your welcome videos now. And I swear, some of these influencers are just beyond saving.